We will offer as a bonus a book, $50, 50 tickets worth $2,500 as a gift to you in return. So this offer is available for anyone who wishes to take a corporate partnership with the Chamber. Will receive a bonus, a book of raffle value $2,500, and the winner will be announced at the gala dinner on the 16th of November. So I'm glad I have your attention. Welcome everyone to an amazing evening. Remember, we are here in the Bulldogs Shrine and the things are going positive in our favour, and I truly believe the Bulldog will be in the grand final. My prediction, I think, will be with Sharks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. Do you think Sharks or Penrith? No, not Melbourne. They need visa to cross the borderline. Well, guys, welcome to our networking event. Tonight is about enjoying and learning about the art of networking, about building relationship. And we have reached out to real people who are going to bring their experience, their knowledge, their talent, their skill to share with us. And the reason we tap into real people, because no offense to expertise in a sense of that's their job and that's profession, we felt having real people on the stage resonate more, it connects more, and you can feel that you can relate to their scenarios, their situations, and their vision, their heart, and their passion, and their sacrifice, and everything they do. And we will get a chance to meet with our panel speakers this evening. What matters this evening is networking is the lifeblood of professional success. It's a strategic tool that opens doors to new opportunities, fosters personal growth, provides support, and enhances your visibility in a competitive landscape. The question is why networking is so powerful. It's important because it helps build professional relationships, opens doors to new opportunities, and facilitates the exchange of ideas and best practice. Some of the advantages of networking are obviously develop lasting relationship, diversity of thought and access to new information, raise your personal profile, advance your career, and obviously gives us confidence. I've managed to draft a list of, call it a tip. And networking effectively involves more than just meeting people. It's about building meaningful relationships. And here's some key tips. Be genuine, listen more than you talk, be prepared, follow up, give before you take. And as you know, the journey is about giving and receiving. Attend events, and tonight is a good example. Use social media, and amongst us we have a lot of expertise in social media. It's important that we can highlight the personal branding and the business branding when it comes to that. Stay consistent. Be respectful of time, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Even till now, I'm still learning, and I don't shy away from asking the questions, how can I make it better? How can I get things done to be more effective? How can we get the experience to be more everlasting and enjoyable and rewarding for everyone? So don't shy away from asking the question. No one is perfect, and we're here to learn and connect and support each other. The beauty about it, be kind, be supportive, and be respectful. That's the main thing. Now, this event without sponsors, it's like anything else, will be hard. All of you here nearly are complimentary guests of the Chamber and of the sponsors. The bar is open, and as you can see, the canapes is all being served to make sure that we can give you the delight and pleasure and the support and the experience. And this is all thanks to our sponsors. So, BNI Sydney Southwest, purpose is to help businesses large and small grow their business and make more money. Sydney Building Certified Group is a trusted provider of building certification service in Sydney and Australia. Perfect Square Design, let us change your world through design. Type of building design, modern, French, colonial, traditional, heritage, sustainable. And tonight I have an apology from Gilbert Sayer. His wife had an accident, I think yesterday or day before. She's in hospital, she's recovering, but she had to go through a number of operations, hence why he can't make it, but he's got someone from his team to come and represent him. We'll get a chance to meet him. Steel Renew provides fast and efficient stainless steel scratch, rust and polishing removal services. Boss Project provides superior construction, craftsmanship and quality construction management services. Let's have a chance to meet with the sponsors. Can I get Steve, Patrick, Jessica, Alison, and Johanna to the front, to the stage, please? I don't intend to put pressure on them, but we're just going to have a casual conversation and hopefully we can get to learn more about their business. There's 4 microphones, so someone needs to share. Well, good evening and welcome, and once again, thanks to you guys because you made this evening possible. So if I may start the conversation with the first question, let's learn about your business, each one of you. So Jessica, if you can lead the way, please.
Okay, I'm Jessica, I'm from Steel Renew. We are a stainless steel restoration company. We specialise in restoring all types of stainless steel. So we're talking about things like elevators, escalators, travelators, even manufacturing, pharmaceutical things, anything that's stainless steel, really.
I'm Stephen Boss-Burgess. We're a commercial builder, so we specialise in all types of commercial projects, schools, childcare, offices, fast food. We also do renovations, new builds. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Alison Ashard from B&I Sydney South West. Who really had fun playing B&I Bingo? I know some of you did, and we did have a winner, which I'll announce later. But at B&I, we connect business owners with their ideal clients through referrals, and we help them find their tribe. Sometimes it can be lonely in business, and having other people to support your business is extremely important, and we have a structured process to achieve that.
Hey guys, my name's Patrick. I'm not actually part of Gilbert's team, but I've worked alongside him for a long time. Now, Gilbert's passed on his apologies for not being here tonight, and he just wanted me to say the guys at Perfect Street Design provide building design and coordination services. They provide architectural plans and services for residential, commercial and industrial of all scales. They also recently started taking on remedial works to existing buildings and are also registered design practitioners.
Kyle. We are SPCG, Sydney Building Certifiers Group. We are audit officials, building surveyors, unrestricted. We do commercial, residential, low-rise, mid-rise, high-rise. We're also building consultants. We issue BCA report, access, and we have fire engineering. We do fire, safety engineering, alternative solution for all types of buildings. We are great to be here. We are honored.
You're welcome, Johanna. I think the next key point is, what is your point of difference? Jessica?
There's a few, that's why I'm hesitating. I think definitely quality. The quality of our work is really our point of difference. We've come into this industry, I think, maybe 7 years ago, and being newcomers and being quite young. And the only thing that got us repeat work was just our quality of work.
Look, the reason I'm asking point of difference because someone asked me, well, I'm an accountant. How many accountants do you have in the chamber? And I said, well, how can you eliminate all the accountants in the world? I mean, the question is, what is your point of difference? And that's what we need to focus on. And that's why with that kind of remarks, you'll be able to generate support and generate loyalty and generate more business. Steve?
Yeah, so we're a family-based business. We've got over 50 years experience between us, ranging from residential, hands-on building experience right through to top-tier construction project management. So, yeah, that's one of our plans.
I believe you do build Hungry Jacks?
We build, we do a lot of work. Hungry Jacks is sitting at the schools.
Do we get any discount when we go to Hungry Jacks?
I try not to eat that stuff either.
Alison?
We basically treat every project as if we're building our own home. So if we work with you, we're doing the project as if we do it to the same standard that we do our own house.
Awesome.
You can see it too.
Alison?
So for B&I, I would say it's longevity and accountability. A lot of people come to B&I because of the accountability. There are KPIs, so you know that your time can be spent achieving things rather than just coffee catch-ups. And longevity, B&I has been operating for 40 years, so we've been through the GFC, we've been through pandemics, we've been through a range of things, and we've continued to grow. We're in 77 countries around the world with over 300,000 members. BNI isn't for everyone, but the people that it is for, it definitely suits them and they achieve what they need from BNI.
BNI is a corporate partner of the Chamber, and our way to reciprocate and support BNI, we offered the members of BNI Sydney South West chapters a complimentary basic membership with the Chamber. So anyone who joins BNI receive a complimentary basic membership with the Chamber, and that's how we are able to add value to BNI. How many chapters do you have in the Sydney South West, Alison?
We currently have 5 chapters with 105 members, and we've got 3.
All the way to Leppington, Campbelltown?
So we look after the local government areas of Canterbury, Campbelltown, Fairfield, Liverpool, Bankstown and Wallaloo.
Easy.
Now, the point of difference that Perfect Square design is, unlike other firms out there that here to represent their clients' best interests, they have built their own internal database which means that every project is in full control, which results in quality assurances and most importantly, communication and speed. Now, in saying that, I'm going to give a personal approach to answering the point of difference question. I've dealt with Gilbert and I've passed a lot of business over to Gilbert, and I think just from my personal experiences and my clients' personal experiences that I've passed over to him, he goes above and beyond for his clients. And me being in business now for 10 years, it's always great to be working with other people that go above and beyond. And you can really feel it when their efforts come from that aspect. Now, this internal back-end job management system is like no other. That's me seeing it from the outside, and I've also seen how it operates from the inside. So he doesn't leave anything unturned, and there's complete transparency for his employees and for his clients. So that's me answering on behalf of seeing how it works.
Thank you, Patrick. Johanna?
In Sydney Building Suppliers Group, we have massive background in engineering, up to 28 years. And I go, we are 5 suppliers, 5 building surveyors starting from A3 or restricted, all classes building, A2 and A1. And we have fire engineer. Our work is very basically to provide solution to all complex projects, either way, high-rise or mid-rise, all situation. We have some friends here, they used to have communication, and we have been able to fix this according to the code and according to our engineering practice for the fire safety engineering. Look, we are working as well in the project innovation. I'm not going to say anything about anyone, but we work as well alongside with the audit team for the Department of Fair Trading, fix some of the problems with some projects, with some defects to provide performance solution and fix some details in this project. We also provide lots of services regarding the low-rise and mid-rise work. And we start to do some work for Bilbao, the high-rise guys who are star-rated builders or building practitioners.
Actually, in fact, I've just met one of your clients. He's a happy client, and he just saw your the promotion about the event tonight, and he decided to come tonight to meet you as well in person and say thank you. So I'm not going to mention names, but he's here tonight as well. So well done. Look, tonight we have a fair number of attendees and guests, and I think each one of them can be an ambassador to you guys. What kind of call to action you'd like to share with our guests this evening? Jessica?
About networking or about other?
Call to action, whatever you need. You need leads, you need support, you want an introduction to a particular company, ministers, you tell me.
With networking, I would definitely say a lot of it is connecting the dots. So you don't know who you're meeting tonight and perhaps who they know. So I would say be very friendly, be very genuine, and follow up from that meeting from tonight.
Steve?
Yeah, so we joined the chamber to try and get ourselves out there and meet new people. With finding work, it's the sort of projects and people that we like to meet are architects and client project managers and business development managers. So that's what they're making.
And you're seated on table number...
We're on table number 6.
So come and see Steve.
Yeah.
Alison?
We also sort of, a lot of our trades and even people that work for us have all come to us through networking, so it's more than just the work that you can find, it's also people that you can work with, people who work for you, help you make you successful.
Actually, in support of that, Steve wants to join the Chamber. Obviously, the Chamber is a family. It's about working together, supporting each other, and try to do business together. So he connected with Tile Wizard, and I believe John Jamhoor is here tonight, here this evening, and they provide tiles, commercial and resi, and they managed to sort of get the connection right. They sort of find common ground, and they are working together enormously now.
We work with everyone up on stage here through different forms of networking.
Beautiful.
I've been to BNI with Alison, Gilbert, Johanna have helped us out with projects, and even Jessica's.
A true example about relationship and how can we expand the ripple effect of that. Alison?
So being part of the Chamber is, well, who could say no to Molly to begin with? So Molly continuing university over, and yes, so good part of universities, I love it. A lot of people say to me, isn't there conflict between BNI and Chamber? Definitely not. There's collaboration. There's abundance, there's always opportunities for everyone, and for me being part of the Chamber enables it that my members can come along as well and learn and grow from being part of the Chamber. For me, my call to action tonight is, you'll see a banner over here called Incentive. That's a sister program to BNI, which is a training program to help you get more clients, to help you understand what you need to do to build those strategic relationships. So if you'd like to take your networking to the next level through a training program, please come and see me, and I'll give you some information about a information session for SAT.
While we're on that point, I'd like to acknowledge Andrew Turner from the Bulldogs Business Club, and they are seated. Andrew, can you rise, please? Stand. So feel free, guys, if you'd like to connect with the Bulldogs Business Club. Again, it's about collaboration. We can't limit your growth, and we can't tell you where do you need to go, what kind of membership, we can't stop you from being part of any platform. Our job is to make sure that we can create an exposure, facilitate for introduction, and create an opportunity for you to sort of where you would like to go, and we are here to help you along that journey.
And Andrew and I are actually catching up next week because we want to collaborate, so there's always room for collaboration. Don't be scared that you're going to lose people or you're going to lose technology or information. Collaborate, it's in your best interest.
So with Gilbert and Perfect Square Design, their call to action tonight is 10 free consultations with him on a one-on-one session. Now there's papers that have been left on everyone's table with Perfect Square Design's details, so if you scan the QR code, it will put you in the way of setting up that one-to-one, or even if you want to come reach out to me, I'm on level 1. Table 3 at the front. Feel free, you're more than welcome to reach out, upload your details and set up that one. So any upcoming projects, any projects you have in the pipeline, he's more than happy to discuss that with you. He has a great firm and he's looking forward to connecting with me because there's 10 free consultations on that.
Thank you, Patrick. Johanna?
Okay, in this ECG, we have one code. We work for the public interests. And that's our code as a building surveyor, building consultant. And our goal today to make a relationship, friendship with every single person, to be able to fix people that could be there, hidden or raised, could be seen or unforeseen. We're here to focus on this, fix it, find it, and fix it legally. And that's our job. Help to be partner with you in your project. And we got our indemnity for 10 years with every single project.
Thank
so
you.
So we know what to do exactly.
Thank you, Johanna. Please, friends, can you acknowledge him by thank you, if you like. Thank you, guys. If you make your way to your seats. That's right. Thank you. That's right. I'll call you back. While they're making their way to their seats, I'd like to acknowledge our board members here this evening. We have Jason Araj. Can you please stand so we can recognise your face? Antoinette Khalil. And Jessica Wehby. Jessica. So these are three of our board members here this evening. Please come and harass them, reach out to them and connect with the chamber. Can we play some videos, please, before we introduce the panel? While we're waiting for the video, I'd like to acknowledge Oz Arab Media for their support. Thank you, Charbel. Is that working now? Any luck? But let's introduce the speakers while the video is working. We can always have a try again. Well, can I invite Adam Scully, a trainer, speaker and certified business and executive coach. Louise Sparks, multi-award winning business owner, founder and head Pineapple at Pineapple Marketing and Promotion. Amazon best-selling, published author and Camden Business Person of the Year 2024 and 2023. Antoinette Khalil, Principal Solicitor of Khalil Lawyers and Chair of the Entrepreneurship Committee for the Canterbury Bankstown Chamber of Commerce. David Ahmedian, CEO of AAA City Removalist. David has studied business marketing, business management and mind-body medicine kinesiology. And David tonight has friends coming from the Philippines to attend this evening and to support David. Talk about business loyalty. The person who's going to take us on a journey is Alison Attard, Executive Director and Franchise Owner of BNI Sydney South West, renowned for her expertise in networking and community building. Alison, the floor is yours. Yes.
So before I get stuck into it, I have someone who's been sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting because they were the winner of BNI Bingo. Would you like to come up and get your prize, Jason? Congratulations. It's not competitive at all. Congratulations. Good job. So the purpose for the bingo was, one, to have fun, because we know when we have fun it makes things so much easier to do. The other thing was to get you to mingle, because a lot of times people go to networking events and they just stick with the people that they already know. What's the point of going to the networking event if you're just going to talk to people you already know? I mean, Jason probably knows everyone already by now anyway, but the purpose of networking is to network. It's not to just connect with your other people you know. And then the other thing is to find out information about people that you wouldn't typically ask. Sometimes you focus on business and the boring stuff when you're at networking events, but it's the personal stuff that makes people tick, and it's the personal stuff that will enable you to connect with someone because you have similar interests or similar values or similar goals. And a lot of times people don't ask those questions. They just stick to, oh, what is it you do for a living? You know, who's your best client? All those sorts of things. So I encourage you now, when you're networking, think of the BNI bingo and think about other questions that you can ask that will gather further information for you. So tonight is the science of networking. Now, sometimes people think networking is just when you chat to people. They don't realise that there is a science involved in it. So it's about the dopamine effect in the brain. It's about the amygdala not wanting to have loss or to look silly. It's all those things that you can learn to do things differently. You can learn to become a better networker and therefore to get more out of your networking and to spend your time more effectively. We're all short on time. The one thing that we have the same amount of is time, but how we use it is up to us. So I encourage you to use your networking time more effectively and to enhance your networking skills by some of the things that we'll learn from these guys today. And I encourage you also to come up to them afterwards, because we've had a few sessions where we've chatted about things and they're a wealth of knowledge. So I encourage you to talk to them after the event and pick their brains. So I guess we'll start with, commonly people network to get more business. So I'll put it to you guys, what are some of the other benefits that you've received from networking outside of more business? So you guys can just jump in and start with whoever wants to go. I know you're all polite and...
Okay. I guess one of the things that's happened since, and I've really got to been the last 8 years since I started my business, that I started networking. But what started to happen is I become the go-to person for my personal network. So not just friends and family, but also clients, because what ends up happening is typically we spend a lot of time in the industry that we're in, and we may get deep connections in that industry, but we don't spread it wide across many different industries. But through networking and the audience like we've got in the room tonight, there's a lot of different businesses, and when you can actually connect with somebody that's already at a level that they want to be connected to other people, it's almost that trust level of credibility is higher. And when you pass a referral, everybody knows that referral business is like gold. Your close rate's a lot higher. But my value with my personal network's gone up because I know where I'm connected to so many different people.
So people think you're the expert and the connected expert.
Opportunities. About 4 years ago, I was at a chamber event held here at the Canterbury Leagues Club, and I was in the room with the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And I had the opportunity to be associated with them, not only just as a fan, which I'm a big Bulldogs fan, but my business got the opportunity to sponsor them. And I wouldn't have been given the opportunity without coming to a chamber event and having the opportunity to have that discussion. So definitely networking opens up a lot of opportunities that can benefit you not only on a business level, but on a personal level where you get to follow your favourite football team. So definitely opportunities.
Thank you. When we look at how we expand our network, there's so many opportunities that don't just relate to business. So for me personally, I've been able to be featured on podcasts, in the media, because I'm a serial networker. When we talk about your network, when you increase your network, it increases your net worth. And when you think about when you're networking, it's the opportunity to expand your personal network, not just from one-to-one connection, but how can I help that person potentially to connect with someone in my audience and my network. I think if we pass back a few years ago to when the pandemic was in full throw, many people within my network weren't able to get to their family. And that was a real time of really being able to then say, hey, let me check in on someone. Let me check in on your mum. Sure, you can get your groceries delivered. But having an eye-to-eye conversation with someone on behalf of their family, I think being able to do that during those times really assisted people in many capacities that are still, being respected and thanked now.
definitely.
Thank you for that. The emotional support, I think many people think business people were invincible, and to a degree we are. Many times we handle so many situations that we become numb and we're no longer affected by what normal people find to be difficult. And we stop relating because we're on another level as business people. We think, is that what you're worrying about? But what it comes down to is when you're with networking with business people, I think we're like counsellors for each other. You look at someone and you know that, you know what I'm going through, don't you? And you don't always have to speak it, you just know that you know what I'm going through. And you do feel that emotional support, so yeah, I definitely agree with it.
Thanks, guys. And so with networking, I always recommend that people have a strategy or a plan. Anything in their life, whatever it is. Because if you have ambiguous goals, you'll get ambiguous results. So if you don't have a goal for networking, then you're going to get ambiguous results. So, Louise, what are your thoughts around that approach?
I think everything in life, you need a strategy. Take our award-winning friend here who just won the gift vouchers. He definitely had a strategy when he was in the room. So kudos to having a strategy even when you're networking. I think when we look at networking, without a plan and a strategy, what are you doing? You know, there's 168 hours in a week, and I'm sure that there's lots of other things we could be doing with our time. Something that I share with my clients is an acronym about networking, and it assists people to have a strategy. When I chat to people, quite often they'll say, oh, I love networking, and I'm really good at remembering people's names. But I think, oh, really good at remembering their faces, but not good at remembering their names. So I know a lot of you have some pens here, so I will pause for a moment as I share this acronym with you. It's the word suave. It's easy for a lot of you to remember because when you're networking, probably you want to be suave, charismatic. The acronym stands for speak and say their name. So when you meet with someone, say their name. Hi, Michelle. Lovely to meet you. You for ask. You for I've forgotten. You for understand where it comes from. So, for example, if it's an unusual name, ask about it. If you didn't quite hear it, was it Michelle or was it Rochelle? Ask the question. I'd hate to be calling someone the wrong name for the next 3 to 5 years. Imagine. A, ask. As I just said, V, visualise. And this is something that a lot of people think is a little woo-woo. And I'll share a personal example of when I met Antoinette, and I haven't shared this with her. When I met Antoinette for the first time, I learned that she loved Canterbury Chamber. I also learned that she's a lawyer, and she also loves the Bulldogs. So when I looked at Antoinette, I was visualising, yes, Marie Antoinette, with a lawyer's wig and a big gown in blue and white. So for me, I automatically know it's Antoinette, and there's 2 blue and white connections. It's Canterbury Chamber and Canterbury Bulldogs, and the lawyer's wig, so she's a lawyer. So in that instant, I was able to remember all of those facts about her. The E is end with a name. Michelle, thanks so much for your time today. And even in this short amount of networking that we did today, I learned, there was a couple of people that I'm loosely connected with, so it's really incredible.
Wonderful, thanks for that. And so often I hear people saying, I tried networking and it doesn't work. Then I discover that they went to one networking event and they only spoke to the people that they already knew. So Antoinette, what would you recommend to these people to get more from their networking?
Alison, so often with networking events, you come and those people hand out business cards and they expect that there will be a return on investment immediately. What I would recommend to them is that I would explain to them that it's a long-term investment. Because with networking, you need to build a trust relationship. It's like any relationship you have, such as a friendship or any other relationship, where you need to build trust in that relationship in order for it to foster. It might not foster immediately, but you need to be committed to always appear and reappear, because then people start building trust in you and they understand that your values, because values are big in not only networking, but in passing business. Because if I was going to refer someone a client, I'll need to understand their values and work ethic in order to have that referral pass. So that's something important. It's an investment of time, which needs to foster through prolonged networking, and it needs to be consistent in what you do. I know a lot of people are a part of many different chambers, many different networking groups. I personally am involved in 3 specific, which is BNI, the Canterbury Bankstown Chamber, and the Bulldogs of Business. And for me, they all complement each other. It's like having the stars align. I'm consistent in each one of them. I show up, I'm present. People get to be familiar with who I am, my values and work ethic. And that is how we pass business to each other. So it's always a long-term investment, and that's what I would recommend.
Yes, it takes that time to build the trust and the credibility, so definitely. Now, I was going to say, put your hand up if you're nervous about networking, but you're probably nervous about putting your hand up, so I won't do that one. But a lot of people do get nervous when they need to network. So, David, what are some tips and tricks that you could give these people to overcome that fear and that anxiety?
Yeah, look, that's a tough one. I'll piggyback off what Antoinette said. I think virtues and ability and knowing who you are. Look, networking is actually a science, but it's also an art, and it's also trial and error. I think what we get out there, we get out there to be everybody's best friend, and we become a community to impress each and every single person in the room. I'm yet to meet anybody that's ever been able to achieve that. We've got a musical instrument, it's called our voice, and what harmonises that is what we call the heart, the unspoken language. And if you're able to actually authentically know who you are, what you're now doing is you're not trying to attract everybody. All you're doing is you're playing your own musical instrument and you're attracting your band to create an ensemble, an orchestra that will resonate with the people that are meant to be in your life. And if we take away the ego that I must conquer and I must get business, I was born naked in this one. I don't even know how we got here, to be honest with you. So somebody must be looking after us if we just take that radio away that we have to conquer the world. I just think being authentic, being able, but then there is also learned behaviours that can help you. And when you're speaking to people, rather than having a closed cluster and looking just at the people later here, you kind of open up the circle to invite people to go in. Someone's walking past, they're nervous. You give them the eye contact, you give them a nod. If they want to come, you welcome them in. You know, we all remember when we first started the business, we want to be accepted, we're trying to make it work. Oh, we've also got some kind of ego where I don't want to look desperate. And I look at each and every single person. I really believe this. We've come to an age where the top-down structures are crumbling before our eyes. I really believe we're going back to the tribal, but not the tribal of the caveman. We're going back to the authenticity of the heart and respect for each other.
Thanks, David. And networking is about finding a tribe. It's important that you do find your tribe, and that's why BNI doesn't work for everyone. You need to find who you connect with and what does work for you, and it may be a combination of a few of them. And I know, David, when we were talking earlier, you said that silence can achieve so much. We have one mouth and 2 ears, and we need to use them proportionately. Sometimes we talk more than we listen, and we should listen more than we talk. So it's important to listen to understand, not listen to respond. So, Adam, you've been successfully networking for a long time now. How long? I'm not sure, but a long time. What are some common mistakes that you see, and what can people do to avoid those mistakes?
Sure. One of the things that I think everybody here has witnessed somebody that followed the spray and pray method that Antoinette brought up. They come to a chamber event and it's almost like their sole purpose is to hand out as many cards as they can and collect as many cards as they can, and think that after having 20 or 30 service level contact with someone, that's going to turn into business for them. And what I think that does, it screams that they're tuned into WIIFM, which is what's in it for me. And it sticks out. It really is really obvious. Where I actually believe that I would prefer personally, my opinion is to have a few deeper level conversations with less people, but then set up the time to catch up to get to know them more. The other thing, I actually witnessed someone tonight that I met when I first got here. 10 minutes later, he introduced me to somebody. And that's actually a perfect thing in networking. When you go in there, instead of trying to promote or sell yourself, have a chat to the person you're communicating with, find out what they do, how is it that you may be able to connect them with someone that may be able to help them, and you make the conversation about the other person, not about yourself, which then makes you more intriguing, and they want to know more about you. And the other big one is that networking is definitely a long-term strategy. It's not a short-term one. Many of the people in the room probably don't sell a transactional product or service. And that's a people business. Networking is a people business, and you need to get to know individuals. There was a study done not too long ago that it takes 50 into a casual
business, etc. You need to really choose where you're going to be seen and what platforms you're going to be most visible on. So, for example, are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on TikTok? Where are you visible? Are you giving back to the community? So, for example, I sponsor a couple of charities, and through that connection, I've had people come up to me and say, thanks so much for your support of this charity. I'd like to do business with you. Now, that relationship may not have happened unless I was then supporting someone else. When we look at our network, it's really who are we connecting with? Who are we going deep with? Much like Adam said, instead of spreading yourself too thin, I have conversations with people that go to every chamber, every networking event, and when you ask about the quality of their relationships, they've got a stack of business cards this high on the desk, but they wouldn't know who those people are. And when we look at networking online, we are in a digital age. One of the good things about the pandemic is it's brought more and more people to be familiar with Zoom and online technology. Just today I had a meeting with someone that's in my network, and I had a conversation like I usually do and say, who do you need in your network to help you in your business? So if there's any business brokers in the room, please come and see me. It's something that when you go to a meeting, having that strategy and understanding who am I looking for. Now, I don't need a business broker for me, but my contacts, again, that's something that I really need for my business. So just thinking, coming to an event or networking online with hers.
Wonderful. And networking for other people actually brings you more business. It's all that giver's gain mentality. When you're helping someone else, people see that and they want to help you in return. So helping find clients and business for other people is extremely important. Now, Antoinette, those of us that know you know that you do so many things. She's a business owner, mum to 4 kids, on boards, on committees, all those sorts of things. How do you manage the networking and your family life and everything else that you have to do?
The question is, am I managing? When I started networking, I only had 2 children, but now they've doubled, so I have 4. In order to make it work, I had to treat networking as a strategy in my business. So it's a marketing strategy for me, and that's how I've explained it to my parents who help look after my kids. In order to continue that they're doing good for the business, and my husband as well. And that's how they feel I'm very supportive and really understanding when I have a networking event that comes after hours. Being a self-employed owner allows me to also make time for my children outside of the hours, because I understand you have to balance your work relationship with your personal life. And the only way to do that is to have a strategy in place. So I'm here today, and because I believe in networking, it's something that that's helped my business grow, and I've invested my time. And that's how I've made it work, by seeing it as an investment and a marketing tool. When people ask me, how do you wake up every Thursday and go to bed at 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning, I say, well, it's a marketing strategy. There's 30 people in the room that can market my business for me. So that's an important marketing strategy for me. So that's how I make it work. And that's why when you see me, I'm here for a goal and I'm there for a purpose.
Yes, and she even does it when Claudia's kept her awake all night, so I've seen that happen. So it's about being strategic and being selective. You don't want to do everything and go to everything. You want to be selective and manage it. And for those of you that are in business and network and have children, your children will prosper from it. You know, my kids are 26 and 28, and I see the difference between them and other children who haven't grown up in that environment, and you can still make it a positive impact for them. It doesn't have to be a negative impact, but you do have to be selective with it. So, Adam, what steps can people take to grow and learn from their networking?
I think one of the biggest things is having an open mind. I think that if you are going to be joining, or I should say if when you join networking, is that you actually go in there and you join something that has a strategy or a process behind it. BNI is the major sponsor tonight. If you become a member or apply to be a member of BNI, you actually go through a whole lot of training. So often many people have a larger network than they realise. They've just never learned the steps on how to tap into that network and how to maximise the connections they already have. So focusing on the blend that you can get from that, much like David was talking about, it's a support network that you get from it. Most of the people who are in sort of business networking are business owners, and you know, I'll ask people: does anybody know somebody that's had high blood pressure, or had a heart attack, or had a stroke as a business owner?
Okay.
Do you know anybody that's done that?
Yeah.
A lot of hands are going up, and often that's because they internalise a lot of the issues that they have to deal with in their business and don't think that they can take it home. They don't want to share that with their partner. But there's often other business owners that have been through that same lived experience, and they're more than happy to help. And I think that dealing with different business owners at different levels, whether you're a startup or whether you've been in business for many years and you've got hundreds of employees or even 5, anybody that's above you, I don't know anyone that's not willing to drag somebody up to the level that they're in. All you need to do is ask. And from personal experience, I can tell you, you get more fulfillment out of helping somebody else than you actually receive in that help. So I think that's one of the biggest things, is keeping your eyes open, make those connections, but see what you can learn. Even BNI or the Chamber, you look at what Wally's done over the last 5, how many years have you been doing this now?
7 years, is it?
7?
8.
It's grown enormously because of the effort that he's put into it. And there's a structure and there's a strategy behind it. And BNI, there's over 300,000 members worldwide. And the members actually run the chapters, not BNI. And how that's done is they're teaching you how to scale your business, because they've got like processes and they've got operations manual, which is what you can take back to your business. So put a different lens on and see what you can learn from those different networking organisations and how you can apply that back to your business.
Thanks, Adam. They say that in life you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So imagine if you're spending time with these driven, educated and sometimes knowledgeable business owners. You get that support. You need to find your tribe and you need to be able to connect with those people and do the things that you need to do. I've had people who've done Kerwin Ray, who've done Tony Robbins, all because they've been connected with people and they've said, hey, let's go and do this. And so you go along. So it's the best environment to be in. Whichever networking you find yourself in, there's that opportunity. So if someone wanted to take their networking to the next level, David, what actions will help them get more?
I mentioned before that networking was a science, it was an art, it was trial and error, but I didn't mention the part about the science. If we go back to E equals MC squared, energy equals the mass speed of light multiplied. So if I need to have more energy, I need to have more mass. But mass, I'm not all that big, but I can have consciousness and I can have light. And I think it's about pure decency and honesty on the inside. Behind closed doors, who are they? And when you work on those pillars, what you are doing is you're speaking unspoken language of no longer physicality. You actually feel, I don't know what it is, I'm gravitating towards that person. Or I've got an unction that I need to talk to this person over here. You supersede the level of the physicality, which is what you can see with our limited eyes, and you get into a universe that we haven't even tapped into. Anyone that's watching all these latest discoveries, and they're not new discoveries, they're discoveries that have been taken away from us and told we're nothing more than just a bunch of animals that are meant to fight, and there's limited finite resources. That's crap. We live in a world that's got so much abundance, free technology that's coming, and we need to work it out ourselves. No one else is going to do it for us. So my suggestion for that would be is we need to become whole as people. And we need to put seeds in the ground. And with that, you don't get a plantation. There's time. That time factor, which tests out our resilience and our resolve. And again, I just believe when any person puts a seed in the ground, you can't guarantee how much of a seed you're going to get, but we're all guaranteed of a seed. And I think that's just part of the fun of life, getting out there and doing the best you can, and knowing that you've turned up and just let this world a better place, I guess.
Thank you. The grass is definitely greener where you water it. It's not greener on the other side. It depends on where you work it. So that concludes our panel. Let's thank the guys for their expertise. And then, Wally, I believe you wanted to have some questions. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So if we have any questions from the floor, do you have a roving mic or anything? We'll pinch one of the mics. Is there anyone that had any questions for the panel about networking? How can you achieve more with it? What's a strategy?
Someone is taking.
Ganesh has a question.
Thank you all our panel members. It was great to hear a lot of network companies from your experience and expertise and circumstance. So my name is Ganesh. I'm from Number Solutions, Tax and Accounting. My question is, obviously, face-to-face networking is always valuable as a reality, but in terms of the social media and Zoom and the way after COVID is put up the changes, and particularly all of service industries, we are going to the away from the office, working from home, and then putting more pressure on face-to-face. So from your experience, what is your experience in this shifting from face-to-face to social media or Zoom meetings, and how can it be more effective for us, like business owners? Thank you.
Great question, thank you, Ganesh. I think when we transferred ever so quickly onto Zoom, a lot of people were quite resistant. We have to remember that when you're building connection, we're building face-to-face connections. And if I've got the option to make a phone call versus a Zoom, I will choose Zoom every day of the week. If I have the option to meet with someone in person, of course, locations, if it's convenient, I'll meet them in person. There are ways that you can still build trusted connections with people. I've pitched a business over Zoom. Piece of business that I was able to close, I actually sent them a gift beforehand, and it was delivered, and it said open at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, that was our meeting time. Now, of course, it wasn't anything over the top. It was some co-branded cookies. Not a big spend, probably about $15 or so, but it was the token. It was the opportunity to connect with them. Something that I do as well when people enter awards is when people win, I pause and write a handwritten note. Because that is a strategy in itself. Yes, it's a time-consuming strategy, but guess what? Through that strategy, I've been able to then be referred through Facebook recommendations to lots of businesses, by lots of businesses in my community that I haven't had a direct relationship with because they understand my values and my ethics. So connecting with people is really about how can I connect sincerely and authentically, keeping that relationship going, and whether it is via Zoom, because we do live in a very big country, or whether it is in person.
Thank you. So yeah, maintaining that physical touch, even though you do the Zoom. So great question. Any other questions? No? I think we've got one over here.
I'm Ella. I'm Max Garcia's personal assistant, but I'm also 20. So I kind of run my own little business and subcontract to people who need help, as this lovely gentleman here. But coming into the workforce, what's your biggest tip for kind of the young ones? And there are a few other young bloods around here, but what's kind of your best tip?
One of the biggest things is exactly what you've done, is set out and do it. I think that the younger generation have got a bit of a stigma attached to them, and I don't think all of you guys are bad. So Alison is actually currently courting my 21-year-old daughter to become a member of BNI. And I said to her, she needs to start to build her own personal network. And she goes, why would I do that? Audition yours. But I think the biggest thing is showing that it's a bit of an act of courage, stepping out into an environment that you're not comfortable with, and that's the only way you're going to grow. So get out there, make some conversations. Obviously, you've got the right mentor there with Max to teach you how to talk to people, and that's going to help you start to build that personal network. And the other thing is, as an aging individual, I give more credit and respect to someone that's willing to get out there and have a go. And just about every business owner is willing to support someone that's willing to have a crack, instead of sitting back and blaming everything else in the world. Because when you point the finger, there's always three fingers pointing back. So you have control over where you let go just by putting that effort in and acting on it.
Can I just add to that? Sorry, yeah. What I was going to say is new age people, it's not a stigma of negativity, but I think we live in a TikTok society where they believe 10 seconds video, 10 seconds of work, you're going to have a bikini clad lady next to them in a Ferrari and lots of money. And that's just not the case. I'm 53 years of age, I'm still not flying that Ferrari, to be honest with you. But long story short, I think we need to also go back and do research and do studying. It can't just be Wikipedia or TikTok. There needs to be more deliberation and length of time to really study the essence of something and give it the due diligence and respect that it needs. And the last thing I'll say is, again, I keep coming to it, the unspoken language of respect. I had 3 people come for CEO for a day to my company. These were advanced physics, advanced mathematics, and another advanced subject. I walked up, myself a high five, and you've got that kind of relationship. And I walked over and I shook hands, they sat there and just shook hands, and I said, you ever stand up? And there's just no comprehension that there's a respectability that you need to stand up and look people in the eyes. So I think we don't want to look at older people as in being from a bygone era. There's empirical truths that we can't go past. But then you guys bring a wealth of knowledge to the table and new technology, which we definitely welcome. Put that together, I think we've got to thrive as a society moving forward.
Definitely.
Thank you, panel. I find networking is really important to get into a room where somebody else has a story or a war story to hear from. So someone's fuck-ups become my successes. So I think it's really important to celebrate the wins, but can you let us know what have been some of your hardships and how you got through them?
One of my hardships in business is something that we all go through as business owners, which is employment issues. And having a forum to have a discussion with a like-minded person is something that I cannot put a price on. And it's very invaluable knowledge that you can pass through. And it's that process of having somebody there that can speak your language and understand what you're going through, that's very important. And at the time, I was at ground bottom, but through my network and the colleagues that I had surrounded myself with, such as Adam and Alison, I've been able to benefit from their advice and push my way up. So definitely you can build trustworthy relationships through networking that can help you overcome your hurdles in business.
Did anyone else have one? I think Adam had. Oh, yeah, Louise?
Thank you for that question, Lisa. I love my lunch sandwiches when they get delivered. I just wanted to expand on that. I think a lot of business owners really struggle with a couple of things. It's either cash flow or it's staffing. And right now, it's probably one of the most challenging times in business post the pandemic. You know, there's a cost of living crisis. A lot of businesses are impacted. I've had serious conversations with some of my clients who are late on paying invoices, and I'm being really transparent and vulnerable here. And they're like, look, we just don't have the money because our clients haven't paid. And then they're saying they don't have the money because their clients haven't paid. So there is
a real challenge in business. There's times where I've spoken to many business owners recently, and they're saying, look, I'm going to have to go part-time in my own business to pick up a wage. So it's really important for us to remember that even though on the show reel things might look great, real life can be very different. So when you are networking, be brave and say how things are going. I had a conversation with a cafe owner the other day, and I said, how's business? He said, it's great, we're thriving. Now, I've got the opportunity to go for coffee chats at any coffee shop in the area. About a week later, I saw him packing shelves in Coles, and he was highly embarrassed. And I said, you know what, I really respect you and what you're doing for your business and your family. Now, since then, I've not named his cafe, but guess what? I go there a lot more than I would have. So be brave when you're in these situations, when you're networking. Be brave to say, hey, do you know this person? Connect with your ideal client. And I really appreciate that question.
Thank you, panel speakers. Friends, can we please acknowledge our panel speakers and moderators? Just a quick presentation. I would love to engage the panel speakers to present the sponsors of the award, if that's okay. Jason, can I ask you to step up, please? While this is happening, we've got some lucky gold prizes. Z and Z Jura, thank you. We've got a nice watch, NRA watch. Dina and Flores, we've got a gift voucher. And we've got from Boss Project, $100 bunnies. And from the club, we've got nice Matthews bottles, rosé, 2 bottles. So, and $100 voucher from BNI as well. So if you like, David, can you lift the bucket, please? If you've got any business cards, make sure you drop it there, please. Can I invite the sponsors to come to the stage, please? Jessica, come to the stage, please. And we need Michelle. We need one more. Can you please come up to the stage? Make a presentation. Jason, who do you have? Okay, let's have Mr. Jason. David, who do you have? Alison, Anthony. Steve, next to Anthony. Johanna, quick. Who do you have? Bill, straight behind. That's it. Who do we have? Well, friends, can you please one more acknowledge our sponsors and speakers? And while I've got Professor Michelle on the stage, we are running a BRAVE program, basically helping women to return to work. And at the moment, we're running a number of workshops. So we have one in conjunction with Western Sydney University. So Michelle, just quickly, in 40 seconds, about the BRAVE, or the next micro-credential.
Thank you, Wally. Sorry, he's just put me on the spot here a little bit. So, Western Sydney University, in partnership with Canterbury Bankstown Chamber of Commerce, we're delivering a micro-credential online on personal finance basics. And any member of Canterbury Bankstown Chamber or member of the BRAVE program is entitled to enrol in that program for free. And even if you're great with your finances, I'm sure there's still something there that you could learn that's valuable. It's all part of the National Micro-Credential Framework. You get a digital badge when you're finished. And we are running some face-to-face workshops as well, just for Canterbury Bankstown Chamber members and BRAVE. One in September, one in October and November, budgeting basics, financial health check, and creating a financial vision board. So it'd be great if you want to get on board. I'm sure if you... I'm here at table number 5 if you want to speak to me, and anyone else from the Chamber Board can help you out too. Thank you.
Can you play some big hands, please? Technology is working.
I'm for Perfect Square Design. We are building designers who specialise in residential, commercial, industrial and retail. My favourite part about business is networking and competing, which reminds me.
Collaboration and networking is key. That's why we are so proud tonight to be a major sponsor of the Canterbury Bankstown Chamber of Commerce event this evening. For us, with our business, it's always been about connecting the dots. So we've gotten to where we are today by simply knowing everyone and understanding who they know, or when might they need us, or how can we add value to them. Because you just don't know who they know, and that's the key to networking and collaboration. That's why we're sponsoring tonight today.
We help community to raise the level of understanding for the building game and the industry. And we are sharing with all the home occupants their equity. We are sharing equity with the community. We support the community, we believe in networking, and we believe as well in collaborating with the community and industry professionals.
Hi, I'm Alison Ashard from BNI City Southwest, and I'm proud to be a sponsor of Canterbury Bankstown Chambers, the science of networking. Most people don't realise that there is a science to networking and that it can be learned. So at BNI, I like to teach people how they can do that and how they can take their networking to the next level. It helps them get more out of their time that they spend doing it and get more for their business. Again, proud to be a sponsor of Canterbury Bankstown Chamber.
We find networking to be very valuable for our business and also for other people's business. We're very happy to try and support not only ourselves but other people and their businesses, and also build relationships and friendships out of it as well. I'm from Boss Projects. We're here with a team with Bobby, and Bob. And we're commercial builders. We do all sorts of projects. We do offices, schools, childcare firms, retail, fast food, fit outs, new construction up to $5 million.
Hi, my name is Gilbert, Chief Designer and Founder at Perfect Square Design. Founded in 2019, Perfect Square Design was born out of a desire to create spaces that enhance quality of life. Our philosophy is to change your world through design. We think about the longevity of our designs. We think about new innovations in construction, new materials that are out there for better sustainability. We try and incorporate all of that into everything we do, no matter how small or big our project is. With over 400 projects completed across New South Wales, we are your trusted partners in design.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Eddie.
And together we're the directors of Steel. Steel is an end-to-end stainless steel restoration company. We provide training, structure removal, polishing, and mirror finishing, and label cleaning. We look after projects small to large, including project rollouts and maintenance services. Reach out to us and you can
call on Dina to step up on stage, please? And can I call on Alan Zurek from ZNZ Europe? Alan, please. Can I invite Matthew from Richard Matthews Real Estate Agent to step up on stage as well? And we have Christine Nassif. Can you come up to the stage, please? And the reason I've done that, because indirectly I would like to put a spotlight on these people. First, for their generosity, and secondly, to give chance to even new arrivals to shine and be able to tell the story, and give you a chance to come and approach about the input. So I'm going to give them 40 seconds each to tell us about their business first, starting with Christine. Time start now.
I'm Christine, I'm the founder of the Inclusion Centre, an adult health business. We specialise in behaviour therapy and autism early intervention. I'm looking forward to what I do. We're located in Bankstown. Thank you very much.
My name is Alan Zurek, Z&Z Jewellers. Been in Hurstville, Western Hurstville, 37 years. We created a grand final real estate of origin dream, 300 game dreams.
My name is Dina Kher. I am the owner of Elcare Florist. I'm also national award winner. I'm from Punchbowl. So national award winner from Punchbowl. I've been operating for 28 years. We are national award winner for 2. So wedding planning and floral design.
I really like to put us all on the spot, I think. Matthew, I reckon Richard Matthews Real Estate. Love being part of the chamber, and certainly a big credit to this guy for what he does for business locally. His passion is infectious. So we're real estate agents, so I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But thank you for what you do. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It's a team effort, by the way. And by the way, Dina is a wedding designer, planner. Is that correct?
Right.
As well. Let's get the Matthew.
Okay, Matthew, go for it.
And the winner is
Moro Balarani, IMB Bank. Read it.
and the national winner.
You ready?
Dinas.
Dinas Linting.
Dinas is a author and a competition.
And the winner is Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Alright, and the winner for the night is
Alex Tikacho from Corbay.
Alex Corbay. Next one. Okay, we've got one more. Matthew, go for it. And the winner is
Abby Caboose, finance broker.
Abby.
Alex. Abby, you in the house? Come on, Abby. Come up here. Oh, there she is.
Lucky last. One more.
One more. Okay, listen. Okay, here. And the winner is
Liquid Tiles and Design.
Mansour, there she is. Alright, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for supporting the Canterbury Social Commerce and let's network and have fun and all due tonight. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we have our raffle tickets for this year gala dinner. It's $50. There's 2 first-class tickets on Qatar Airways and a RAV4. So please come and see. We've got one more, Matthew.
One more.
Draw it quickly. Who's the lucky person? And don't forget, we're still networking for the next half an hour.
Okay, we've got one more lucky prize. Ashi, Operation Director for NetCE.
Ash.
In the house. Ash.
And if you need any raffle tickets, come and see me, please.